everybody tells you that you need to get more views to make more money from YouTube. But the truth is that I've closed over $100,000 in sales from this YouTube channel, which has less than 900 subscribers. And you can see that some of these videos don't even end up hitting 1,000 views. The secret, it's not about going viral. It's about making content that appeals to the right target audience and grabs them by the throat and pulls them in to the point where they want to pay you. If you just stick around, I'll explain to you exactly how to do this step by step so you can do the exact same thing and beat your competition at YouTube. The first step that we do when we onboard a new client for our agency, which is a done for you YouTube service, is we understand in depth every little thing about their business that we can. So in practicality, this looks something like this. What we first do is we look at the ICP, which is your market. Who are these people? Essentially, what we're looking at is their demographics, their psychographics in the sense of what are their false beliefs, what are their fears, what are they exactly frustrated about, what are their specific dreams, what are their specific desires. And if we can go even deeper, sometimes we also look at motivations and stuff like that I've highlighted on here. And then we start looking more at some of the other aspects of it, like what are the specific things that your ICP needs solved in order to even understand your offer and your market and your positioning. Let's say your business is to help people scale from 10K a month to 50K a month. Now you cannot talk to somebody who makes 10K a month like you would talk to somebody who makes zero, right? You can't say how to make 10K a month or 0 to 10K a month, my full guide. These videos don't work because they attract people who need to fix some problems first before they can even approach you. Therefore, it's important to know, right, what are the problems your ICP needs solved before they need your solution. For example, if you're somebody who helps people scale, not start their business, scale their business, they need to know already some of these things. They need to already have monetizable skills. They need to have a niche. They need to have a unique angle of service. They need to have a basic landing page and have some social media accounts. These are just some examples, right? Then what we do is we understand what are the exact things that you help them solve. So whether it is you make them money, consistent, effective lead generation, you help them, lose fat, but not just the offer in one sentence, in as much depth as you can go with each step that you help them solve. Then what we like to do is we also like to make a note of every single solution that you already have, right? Whether we use them as lead magnets or as pieces of content themselves, like, clips from your coaching calls or student interviews, stuff like that really works to attract people that are your target market. Even if these pieces of content don't get a lot of views, at least the views that they get are from people who start getting convinced about you and your experiences and your portfolio and ability to help people get the result that you're promising. The second step, which is we even ask you or we help you extract some of these pieces of information from your ideal clients, as in people who've already paid you in the past, not people who you would want to pay you. Go in depth, like their dreams, desires, fears, frustrations, problems, false beliefs. What are their situations before buying, after buying? What are the brands they like or dislike? What are their solutions they have tried before or apart from you? Who are their enemies essentially, or things they don't like? What tools do they use? What books, blogs, forums they read? As much depth as you can get about the person, because here's the thing, the more you understand the target market, the more you can speak to them in ways that nobody else is speaking to them. And therefore, it's especially important to understand, not just say that, oh yeah, I know my clients, but like write it down. Because the more you write it down, the more you can realize that, oh, this one word might be the solution. For example, we've had one of our clients get a video that gotten them over 158,000 views. Because most people, when they make content about crypto or NFTs, crypto content is mostly about how to make money. But there was a fundamental thing which nobody was really talking about, which is how to keep the money that you make, right? And that's one of the insights that we had uncovered when we were doing research on Reddit, was that there's a lot of people asking questions about how to make the most out of the money you've already made from crypto. And therefore, this video was born. Now, obviously, not everybody who watches a video on crypto taxes will end up paying somebody, but at the same time, at least only people who are interested in the topic will be people who have already made money from crypto. So they're a better target audience anyways for this brand that we help with this video. So the thing is that you need to start, when you're doing research, to come up with video ideas or content ideas with the market, not the topic. So let's say my target audience is agency owners and I help them grow their agency, which is pretty related to this document that I was showing you. There are a few different ways where I can approach content ideation. Let's say my offer is about growing a marketing agency, which is, popularly called online as SMMA, social media marketing agency. Typically, people will make videos like grow your SMMA, right? How to grow your SMMA, how to get clients for SMMA. Because the niche, the silo, right? The niche is SMMA only. People who only search for that keyword, SMMA, which is why you see when I say search how to grow your SMMA, I see only people who are talking SMMA. But there's a way bigger market out there, people who want to grow their business, not specifically a marketing agency. And these people are the market, not the niche. niche. So study the market, not the niche, because you could get insights from watching people. Like if you just change to how to grow your business, it's a whole big world out there, right? There are people getting millions of views like Alex Hormozi, and there's so much more you can learn from them just because there's more data to learn from. So you can see more what videos are working, what's not working, what ideas are working, what titles are working, and you can literally replicate this. So like how to grow your business so fast in 2025 it feels illegal. Well, that's not a video that only people who make videos about how to grow a business can make. I can say how to do lead generation so well it feels illegal, or how to grow business on YouTube so fast it feels illegal, right? I can replicate successes from people in adjacent niches because that is the whole point of doing research, which is why if I show you what we actually do, we don't actually only study the direct competitors, right? So same niche. We also study the indirect competitors, people who are in similar niches, like people who talk about how to grow coaching business, how to grow consulting business, or in general business growth. And then based on these two, we come up with the top trends of the quarter. So at the time when we were making this research for my client, well, less or barely edited things were working. Now, this may change, this may not change, but this is a trend of the quarter. So we need to keep inserting trends by trying them out, because if a trend is a trend, it's there for a reason. So if you just look at your direct competitors who are exactly targeting the same niche, the same audience as you, and if you just keep replicating their success, you're going to become a parrot. You don't want to become a parrot. You want to become an authority. So to become an authority, here's a smart thing you need to do. Look at your direct competitors and see what is working for them. But more importantly, look at what they are not doing, which your indirect competitors are doing. So then you can introduce stuff in your niche that nobody else is doing and essentially become an authority, even though you didn't really come up with a unique concept or an idea or a title or a thumbnail yourself. You stole it from another similar niche and you made it your own, which is how we ended up making this crypto tax video that, did really well. Let me dive a little bit deeper with this crypto tax video specifically. So now how do we validate that idea work? This is where the next step comes in, is you literally just YouTube search that topic. Now, there are also advanced things you can do. Like I use this keyword inspector tool from vidIQ to search up the search traffic for that keyword and see whether it is possible to rank for it or not. So crypto tax, crypto lawyer, crypto taxes, right? So these are all different keywords for, essentially the same topic. And what we do is at the time when we made this, the crypto lawyer and crypto taxes were both very good keywords. But now since we made this video, the niche has gotten a lot more competitive. So our client's video is not even ranking anymore, but it used to back then. But the key thing which we learned when we just searched for crypto taxes as a keyword was that at the time when we made this, nobody had made a video on this topic for years. We just looked at what is everybody doing and how can we do better. Here are 3 or 4 videos that definitely worked well for this topic. And we just thought, okay, let's just improve our title and thumbnail. Because here's the thing with these videos. Why do these videos work with the thumbnail and title? This one works because it has Bitcoin logo. So the target audience knows who this is for. It says crypto taxes explained. But psychologically, you don't want things to be explained. You want an outcome. Explanation is not an outcome, which is why we knew we could do better. And this guy has 2.6 million subscribers. So for him, 950k views is not quite a lot. Or this person has 249k subs and 153k views. But the client we made the video for had less than 50k subscribers and got 150k views. So, there's a massive outlier there. What we figured out was, okay, nobody's really doing their thumbnails and titles right. So that's definitely an insight we can incorporate to just make a better thumbnail and title. So the video will definitely perform well. But more importantly, everybody's videos is how to pay zero tax. Why should I trust this guy? Who is this guy on talking about taxes? So we made this video in the manner where it says crypto tax lawyer explains. We improved the idea. To recap, so where did we get this idea of crypto tax lawyer explains? It's actually from this YouTuber who is in a completely different niche. It's in the productivity mindset kind of niche. And she kept making accountant explains. Accountant explains money habit. Accountant explains signs you're doing well financially. So we just stole that and we stole the idea itself of talking about crypto taxes. We combined 2 stolen things to make them our own uniques. And that is how this idea was born. And it outperformed so much that this client has been paid, well over 6 figures because of this one video. One important thing to keep in mind, you might say that, oh, but this video got views. And I say, yeah, it did get views, but views are not, the reason why it made money is because it's watched by people who are the target audience. Somebody who has made millions with crypto or 100k or 50k, whatever. If we can help them avoid taxes, that is the right target audience. Then somebody who is like, how to make money with crypto is a very different person from, here's the money you already made, how to save it. Let's say you make $1 million and you have to pay 10% in taxes. Well, how to save that 10%? That's how you can attract higher intent buyers, by thinking more deeply about what are they looking for. That's how we validated the idea, by just looking at the market, what is working, looking at the keywords, seeing how we can insert those keywords to rank for search as well, to ensure even more that this video will work. And here's the thing, it's not just us doing these niche pieces of content. Even Iman Ghazi has a second YouTube channel, and he says that he's making well over 7 figures from this channel, and his most popular video has 400k views. On average, he gets 10, 11, 12, 15k views. Or so let's look at Charlie Morgan, who has 267,000 subscribers, but yet he started a second channel and he's using it to also make business focused, highly unedited pieces of content that get 3,000, 5,000 views because it works. Because if these people who already have successful YouTube channels are making new channels to target a more niche audience who will pay them more money, then you know for a fact that getting views doesn't matter as long as you know who you're targeting and they end up watching. And of course, the final step of doing all of this is to just plan the right title and thumbnail. In my opinion, the best way to do this is to just create playlists on YouTube and call them like YouTube thumbnail info, or like, just make playlists basically where you make inspiration for titles and thumbnails and stuff like that, so that every time you're stuck, you don't know what to say or how to say it, you just replicate other people's success. Now, fundamentally, if we just look at only the thumbnail and the title of this video from our client, you can see that there's some very subtle tricks that we've used to ensure predictably that this video works. And here are those tricks. The first one being the thumbnail makes it abundantly clear who this video is for. Avoid taxes and all the crypto logos that you would know. So it's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin. All of the popular crypto logos are inside this, so that when you're scrolling, you see a MrBeast video, Alex Hormozi video, Dan Ko video, Iman Ghazi video, some random video about productivity and motivations, and you see this thumbnail. There are 8 thumbnails in your feed. Which one would you choose? So you have to optimize your content to compete with bigger YouTubers, not just in your space, but across the whole world, because YouTube is a zero-sum game. The better you package your content, the more likely it is that your target audience will click and consume. It's important that you know how to package them, that pieces of content, so that it grabs your target audience by the throat and pulls them in. And this is what this does. If you're somebody who invests in Bitcoin, grabs you by the throat because you're like, oh, Bitcoin logo. You see a Bitcoin logo. Then it says avoid taxes, which is all that you need to know to understand exactly what this video is about, whether it is right for you or not. And that's what I call making something black and white. Don't use vague words like how to supercharge your crypto taxes, or this one trick might help you while improving your crypto tax, blah. Say something that is clear, specific, clear, and that's it. Because especially as you target higher and higher level buyers, like people who are, making $1 million, 100k, whatever, they're more busy because their time is valuable. So you have to make it abundantly clear why they should invest their time and effort into doing something like watching a YouTube video. Everybody who's into crypto knows this is a video for them. But more importantly, what do they get from watching? Avoid taxes. And then the third factor comes in, which is how believable is this thing that you're saying? That is where we say that crypto tax lawyer explains. Authority. Somebody who's an authority explains the topic, you're more likely to listen. Obviously. Let's just take a very broad example here. I could say 10 football tips for new footballers. Okay? Boom. Well, it's very simple. But the same video, if done by Cristiano Ronaldo gives 10 tips for new footballers, which one would you watch? It's very simple, right? Cristiano Ronaldo. Therefore, somebody who's an authority speaking on a subject makes it 100 times more appealing because you know and you believe in your heart and your mind. So logically and emotionally, you believe that this video will serve the purpose that it specifies and mentions. Because you know who this video is for? It's for you. If you are somebody who invests in crypto, you know what you get from watching. Finally, you also believe that you will get what is promised to you. And that's what makes a good video idea with good packaging that makes it work. By the way, if you're building a revenue-first YouTube business, or if you want to build a business that relies on YouTube to attract you clients, not you having to chase clients, we work exactly with personal brands, entrepreneurs, and businesses who want to scale their online presence and make more money online using YouTube as a fundamental part of their strategy. You can book a call with me in the description and we'll go over what should your exact offer be for YouTube, what should your lead magnets be, what should your niche be, how should you position yourself to separate yourself from the competition, how to stand out in your market no matter how competitive it is. Like crypto is a competitive market, but we still know how to stand out, and how to make videos that get you revenue, not just views. All of that and more if you book a call with me, and we can talk more there, figure out exactly whether YouTube makes sense for you or not, and secondly, whether it makes sense for you to work with us where we'll handle everything for you A to Z, from ideas to editing the videos to uploading the videos with the right optimization. So I hope this helps, and if not, you should definitely watch this other video where we go in depth on how to do some of the things for yourself that clients pay us tens of thousands of dollars for.